Good evening, rockers. Vegas Rock Goddess here on the rocks. Total entertainment coming to you live from somewhere off the Las Vegas Strip. Tonight, I am interviewing an amazing band, another Facebook find, Kings County. This band really kind of blew me away. They, of course, you know how bands post their, video or music or whatever on Facebook. And I came across, I'm like, wow, it kind of just really caught my eye. So I reached out to them. They're based Long Island and Central Florida. So this will be an interesting conversation. They've got some new music out. So we're going to talk about that tonight and see where the music is headed for these guys. So hang tight. It's going to be a fun ride. All right, ready to come in. So let's let Kings County in. Are you there, Rob? Are you there? I can't hear you. Technical difficulties. Make sure your mic is on. Let me send him a little note. I just sent you a note. Because I can't hear you at all. Okay. We love the internet, folks.
Oh, there we go.
Okay.
All right.
Now you're on. Welcome to On the Rocks, Rob.
How is that one button, right?
I know it's always the one button. It's okay. We're all rockers, so it doesn't matter.
That's right.
Hey, thanks for this, by the way.
No problem. No problem.
Oh my gosh, I've had fun with this. I really dug into your music this week. And I mean, I've got like a whole list of songs for us to talk about. But cool. First off, for the viewers who don't know your band, why don't you kind of give a synopsis when you guys got together?
Sure. It's kind of been a long road for us. The band started in New York in the mid 90s. And back then we were basically a cover band. And we did all the resorts and all the clubs in New York and Massachusetts, all the ski resorts. Someone from Disney saw the band play and said, "Hey, you guys would be perfect for this place called," I don't know if you ever remember Pleasure Island.
Yeah.
So we went down there, became a house band. And that kind of started everything with the band performing weekly. And it was a great gig. We did that for probably 8 years. Wow. And then we started incorporating our original music. And that kind of took off 2017. Someone offered us a gig with Ted Nugent. And we were like, yeah, let's do it. So we kind of had to scramble to get everything together. And that really kind of leaped us into really digging into the original music.
Yeah. Now, have you had the same lineup or has the lineup changed?
Well, when we were a cover band, we had a different drummer, but as far as the original band, it's same guys.
Okay, wow. So that's great. You guys have been through it, pandemic and everything, which is great because I love your sound.
Yeah, we only had like, I think it was about 6 weeks where we weren't playing because in Florida, it was kind of a short window where nobody was playing. So
Right,
we were
right.
lucky. We were fortunate.
Yeah, because I remember during pandemic, I was still doing a interview show, and I was interviewing bands from all over the world, really, and they
Right.
were breaking up during pandemic. And there was one band in particular out of Baltimore that they were like the first band in Baltimore to get back on the scene. So I flew out there to cover that show. So it seemed like the East Coast was uh yes and no at that, probably at that same time.
Right. Yep.
But your band has got a great sound. Let me tell you, the timing that you guys are coming in hard is perfect because in 2023, the end of 23, we were kind of seeing some revival of some sounds like fog hats, BTO. I mean,
Right.
these type of sounds like um 70s to 80s rock. Not saying that you're in that category, but your sound is so strong. I
Thank
mean,
you.
it
Thank you.
totally reminds me of like I said, that time period. And I mean, your songs like Bleed These Tears, let me tell you, it was blown away. No wonder you have over 500,000 listens on
Yeah.
that particular song.
Yep.
I mean, killer.
Thank you. Yeah, we that was right in the beginning of the pandemic. We were originally the video that we were supposed to make for that was supposed to be a full band, full blown video, but because everything going on, our director was like, "Well, maybe just we'll make a lyric video." And we
Right,
kind of went
right.
with that. And that was our first video that we had over 1,000,000 views.
Yeah, I mean, it really, like I said, stuck out for me. And I mean, all these songs, Equilibrium, My Addiction, Bloodstain Adrenaline, what a great song.
Thank you.
I mean, the compilation is great because it has all your hits and some new music, right, as well.
Right. Yep. The last two songs on the CD were like kind of added bonus tracks that we put on there.
Yeah. I mean, So Cold is really good too.
Thank
Uh,
you.
I mean, like I said, not one bad listen out of the whole thing. So, you know, these rockers out there need to take a listen because yeah, I mean, I can't wait to. I mean, I kind of saw some concert footage from you guys online, but I mean, man, I really want to come out and see one of your shows.
Yeah, that'd be great. You probably
Yeah,
saw, I think we were playing Blue Ridge Rock
yeah,
Festival in
right.
Virginia.
Yeah.
That was a great gig.
Oh my God, that's a great gig to get.
Yeah. We were fortunate.
Yeah. So what's going on with your band right now? What are you guys currently working on?
Well, we released 3 songs in 2023. We did Holding On, So Cold, and we did a remake of Nine Inch Nails' Wish. I
Yeah.
don't know if you saw
Okay.
that,
No, I haven't.
but yeah, we did we always want to do a video in I don't know if you ever watched a lot of like the paranormal shows,
Yeah.
Ghost Hunters, and they were in one of these haunted prisons. I'm like, that would be the greatest place to make a rock video.
Right?
And we did exactly that. And this
That's
place was
awesome.
crazy haunted.
Oh my
And
gosh. I can
it
only
was
imagine some of the stories that you have
oh yeah, it
of
was
filming
wild.
in there.
And you never believe a lot of that stuff until you hear it or watch it yourself. It's
Right.
amazing, you know.
Crazy, like a hand touching you on the shoulder. You're
Oh
like,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Voices,
Yeah.
screams. It was
Oh,
everything.
the screams would freak me out, man.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And some of this stuff was during broad daylight.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. It
Normally
was
that
not
stuff comes out at night, but
yep.
wow.
We had one voice that said, we're in one of the cells and it said, get out.
Okay, no problem.
So go figure.
Yeah, right. But it's funny. I was reading your bio, and you did some stuff with Chris Angel,
Yeah.
Las Vegas performer here. I've seen him many times. I just saw him at an award show that I covered. He,
Okay.
you know what? He has got an awesome voice.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Myself and Bill, the guitar player, we were kind of like his backup band. When he was in New York, we were doing his shows with him. And instead of having a tape, he had a live band that just did heavy riffs and jammed out to while he did his illusions.
Uh-huh.
And it was great. And he's a great guy. We did that for about 3 years.
Yeah, I mean, he is so, but I'm saying he's so talented. I mean, he's like recorded before too, you know. I mean,
Right.
he
Yep.
knows everybody.
Yeah. And he's a great guy. He's
He
very
is.
humble, very easy to work with, and we learned a ton from him. It was a great experience.
Yeah, Chris Angel's awesome.
Yep.
But so like let me ask you, what is your gear? Because that was the one question I want to ask you. What gear do you use, Rob?
All right. Well, I'm the singer and I'm the bass player. So
Right.
I've always been a fan of Fender jazz basses, and like Mesa Boogie bass amps. I've always been a fan. I know there's more high-end basses out there, but to me, the Fender sound has such a robust, thick, great bass tone that you never can go wrong. I
Oh
mean,
yeah, because the bass line on Bleed, These Tears is killer.
thank you.
That's
Thank
what
you.
I meant to tell you. But yeah, because I always like to get an idea with my artists, like what gear they're using.
Right.
Like, what are some of your, Rob, what are some of your influences musically?
When I was younger, I was into like Sabbath and Priest, Iron Maiden, bands like that. A lot of bands that were very driven by their bass players. And that's what I kind of grew up on. And as I got older, you appreciate the newer bands that come out while still enjoying the classic. So you never want to forget about where you came from.
Right. But I think bass players in general really are the most underrated part of a band in some
Right.
cases. I mean, look at
Yep. And
Michael Anthony. He's an amazing bass player for Van Halen.
yeah.
We've got Kip Winger. I mean, there's so
Yep.
many amazing bass players out there.
Yeah. And it's not easy to play bass and sing lead. It really isn't. And a lot of bands, think about some of these great artists that were lead singers and bass players. It can be very complicated to do that because you got a lot of counter bass lines over the vocals.
Right?
It's not like being a guitar player where you can ring out a chord
Right.
and get away with it. Bass is a little bit more involved to me.
Yeah. And especially you got to listen for the drum leads. You got to do
Yeah,
this. I mean, yeah, there's definitely a lot going on. Now, tell us a little bit about some of your other members in your band. What about your guitar player?
sure. We have Steve Bell, who he does sing a couple of the originals, and he's the guitar player. And he's originally from Massachusetts, and he moved to New York like early '90s. That's how we met him. And Bill Kania is our other guitar player. He's originally from Long Island. I played with many bands with him as we grew up ever
Right?
since 18. So I've known Bill forever. And then Joe Lopez, our drummer, he's been in the band probably about 8 years now. He's originally from Florida.
Okay. So you're based in New York right now then?
No, we're in Florida.
You
We've been
all
in
you're
Florida.
all in
Yeah.
Florida. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
Central
came here to
Florida is
play for
nice.
Disney and we never left.
Right? But Central Florida, let me tell you, is really a hotbed for metal bands
Yeah.
in general. And
Yep.
I've interviewed a lot of bands from Florida. So, I
A
mean,
lot of great bands.
yeah, I mean, crazy. I mean, how many bands are coming out of that central and area of the state right there? Like what are some of the how is the Orlando music scene, the Central Florida music scene? Why don't we talk a little bit about that?
Sure. You have a great radio station here in Orlando, which is JRR, and they do a lot to support local music. They have their own show on their radio station called Native Noise, and they play all unknown, unsigned bands, which is great. And the club scene is amazing here in Florida, Central Florida, all over the state. You got a lot of area in Florida. It's a big state, and you got great weather. When we were in New York, you got to deal with cold, snow.
Right,
You don't have that here, so there's
right.
more people are going to be going out. They're going to go see bands, which is great for us. There's a lot of there's House of Blues. There's a great Hard Rock Live. And then there's some smaller venues that deal with original music, but it's a great scene, really is.
Yeah, I mean, are you guys gonna hop on a tour or anything anytime soon? Or are you guys staying pretty much central in Florida?
Well, that's what we're working on. I think the next step of the band is we really need to jump on a bigger band, a nationals tour, and get the band's name out there. That's a great way is kind of stealing. I don't want to say stealing, but introducing the band to these bigger bands audience, hopefully, win some new fans.
Yeah, for sure. Cause I mean, you're definitely winning some fans on Facebook. Cause I mean, you guys are all over Facebook, which is great. There's so many logistics involved, I know, within a lot of bands trying to get out there
Right.
on a
Yep.
tour. And I know a lot of bands are bundling
Right.
their tours. So they're going out with multiple bands.
Right. And a lot of them are buy-ons.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, you want to be on a big band tour, you're gonna have to pay money.
yeah.
Hopefully the one good thing is they'll give you your merch. You got 100% of your merch. And if you're a great band and you believe in yourself, you'll do well.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I tell a lot of bands. I'm like, don't give up because there's so many bands touring out there. I mean, we got
Right.
a lot more festivals now opening up. I
Right.
mean, Central Florida has quite a few
Right.
festivals too, as
Yep.
well down there.
Yeah, they got Earth Day Birthday, and that is through WJRR. Um, and there's one in Daytona, which is Welcome to Rockville.
Right. That's a huge one.
Yeah, that's big. Yep, it's a lot of places you can play, and it's going to be our job to kind of jump onto these tours or festivals
Right.
and get the band out there.
Yeah. I mean, for a lot of bands, it's really hard to get out of their hometown.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
it's logistically somewhat impossible in some cases. But I mean, Vegas, we're seeing a lot of newer bands. I don't know if you've ever heard of Flaming the Red.
No.
They're a huge band out of I think Birmingham, and
Okay.
they've been through here too. I mean, lots of bands. So I'm hoping to see you guys here soon.
That would be awesome. I know I'm due a trip to go visit Chris, so I'll have to go out there and
Right. Definitely. Let me know if you come.
yeah, that'd be
Because
awesome.
yeah, the rock scene here is crazy. I mean, it's phenomenal how since pandemic things have opened up, reopened.
Right. Yep.
I think pretty much all over the country. I mean, Nashville's become a really hotbed for metal bands. You
Right. Yep.
think, right? But I mean, the music in 24 is going to be so different than people think. It's not
Right.
going to be all about metal. I mean, people so I'm talking as a fan as well, but people are looking for a story again. They want to pay money to see live music, not backtracks,
Right.
you know, and that's been a hotbed controversial subject.
Right.
Discussed this a few times with some bands, and you want to sound the way you sound.
Yep.
I want to hear the strings cracking, breaking. I want to hear the voice kind of crinkle it a little bit. I mean, we want to hear that live vibe.
Right. Yep.
I mean, what's your take on it?
Well, if you're a band like, let's say like Nine Inch Nails, they use a lot of backing tracks because a lot of it's keyboard oriented. I
Right.
couldn't imagine them going up there with 10 keyboard players,
Right. And
I
that,
mean, I get it.
I expect that from that type of a band. Yeah.
Right. But, to go up there and have your vocals coming out and you're lip syncing, that's pretty bad. If you're doing that, you probably shouldn't be playing live.
Right. I mean, if you need backing tracks like that and you can't carry the note,
Right. Yep.
you know, I
Yep.
mean,
True.
it's time to go. But I mean, I think for the most part, bands are really gearing in and digging in to really uh, new music. I mean, a lot of cover bands, we know this since COVID. I mean, it kind of was a rush to get back out there and make some money,
Right.
because a lot of bands were in trouble. So they had to do something and they were booking covers.
And we still do
Right.
covers because it's a great way. You play to big audiences.
Yeah.
It's kind of doing the covers is like our day job. And
Right.
then the originals is the thing that we love to do. And it pays the bills.
Yeah, I mean, and then, a lot of these bands that are cover bands are starting to kind of sneak in a few originals, which is good.
Yep. Yep.
Because we support all bands, but we want to hear some new material too,
Right. Yep. And
which
it's
is
a
good.
great way to get your original music out to people maybe who wouldn't go to your all original show. They may like your music. And that happens all the time. And it's a great way to sell merch.
Oh
People are like,
yeah.
hey, I'm gonna buy your CD, I'm gonna buy your shirt. It's great to get to people, well, maybe not wouldn't know about you other, if it wasn't for the cover show,
Oh, of course.
you
And
know.
that, like you said, that's a great way to make money and keep it going.
And you're
You know?
keeping your chops up. You're playing, you're getting the band super tight. I mean, you can't go to, Guitar Center and buy tightness. So, right?
Right. Yeah, Guitar Center, man. Oh, geez. I just love going in there, looking at all the guitars and
Yeah,
equipment, and it's a
you go into that what is the room?
the sound room there.
Yeah, and they got $45,000 guitars hanging on the wall.
Uh-huh.
It's crazy.
Yeah, they got the Eric Clapton one, they got the Slash one in there.
And it's funny, they have a Chet Atkins guitar. I mean, literally, it's like 45,000.
Oh yeah,
Go figure.
and crazy. You wouldn't think, but yeah. But yeah, people, I mean, fans in general, I talk to a lot of fans, and like I said, they're hungry for a story. They want their attention kept for
Right,
that time that they're in the club. And that's great because these, like I said, bands such as yourself are really digging deep. And that's great because that's what we want to hear.
right. I see you're a Scorpions fan.
Yeah, I actually saw them twice for the residency here.
Oh, that's
They
great.
were really good.
They were one of my bands when I was younger that I loved, Scorpions. Great
Yeah,
band, great show.
they're coming back.
Oh, awesome.
So they'll be back at Planet Hollywood, I think, for another run sometime soon. I know Tesla's going to be back. I think at the end of the month for another run. Um,
Right.
I actually did photos for them for one of their last shows when they were
Oh,
here,
nice.
and it's crazy. The House of Blues is like one of those places you don't think the stage is high until you're a photographer and have to shoot from here. But yeah, I got some great shots, but it was definitely a challenge for sure.
Wow. And House of Blues is a great venue because of the wood.
Yeah.
Some we did we believe it or not, we opened up for Bon Jovi in 2018. We won a iHeart Radio contest for one of our original songs. And our music is nothing like Bon Jovi, but we got to play in front of 20,000 people.
Oh yeah.
That, that was amazing.
Yeah. That
Oh,
had to been a rush for sure.
oh yeah. And talk about high stage. I mean, it was
Oh, yeah.
crazy. Big stage.
It's funny, another stage that's set up like that has a lot of wood and stuff like that is Brooklyn Bowl, because they have a bowling alley in there, which
Right.
is crazy. You can bowl and watch your favorite band
That's
play at
awesome.
the same time. I saw Puddle of Mud there recently with my friends Crashing Wayward. They opened up that show, and it was really great. The sound is amazing in there.
Yeah. Yep. Arenas, they're really not meant for music. I mean, it's definitely not like House of Blues. They
Right.
get that good wood, everything absorbs and the quality, it's just like a big gigantic tin can, these arenas.
Yeah.
But they fit a lot of people.
Oh yeah, I've been in a lot of arenas, seeing a lot because I mean I saw all the Van Halen shows, starting from the first record. So I mean I've been to quite a number of I'm originally from Chicago, so
Okay.
we've had some of the best venues there. Um, I mean, for some of the best bands ever to come through the Midwest.
Right. Oh
So,
yeah.
every arena is going to have its do's and don'ts. But I recently, well, around the same time as the Scorpions, I saw the tour with Def Leppard and Motley Crue.
Okay. Yeah.
And
Wow.
yeah, the sound, I mean, I was kind of in the middle. I wasn't completely almost back, but yeah, the sound is definitely different when you're in that bigger space.
Yep.
It's not like the old arenas, you know what I mean?
Yep.
From the 80s and earlier, where you got that acoustic sound, kind of like that, you know, definitely different.
Right. Oh yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. The more intimate like venues like House of Blues and Brooklyn Bowl and places like that Virgin Hotel here has an amazing arena area, kind of smaller,
Yep.
and which sounds great.
That was kind of like what we did with Ted. It was I think it was about 2,000 people, and the sound was incredible. It
Yeah.
was great. And people are right there, and that was a great show for us.
I think to me, moving forward with a lot of these bigger bands, I think more intimate venues are going to be the way to really connect with the fans.
Yep, absolutely.
Instead of these like 40,000 seater, arenas,
Right.
you
Yep.
know, and I think cost effective too, as well,
Right.
to play smaller venues. And yeah, I mean, it's crazy. So what are your plans for this band over the summer here, over the spring and summer?
Yeah, we're gonna try to jump on them like before. Get on some tours. We do have a booking agent we're starting to work with, so hopefully that'll be coming together pretty quick. We have more recording. We got to keep that going
Yes.
and just keep the train rolling. Get the music out there, make more videos,
Yes, for
and
sure.
it's hard for an upcoming band, but you got to get out there and kick some doors open.
Yeah. Now, are you on TikTok as well?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, keep your TikTok and everything going as much as you can, because that's really the number one platform for
Right.
for for bands right now.
Yep.
And I was talking to a couple bands. Make sure when you do hashtags, everybody does for you, but make sure you put rock for you,
Rock for
metal
you.
for you. Just a couple other hashtags is going to get you some more followers too,
That's good to
as
know.
well.
I'm
But
gonna have to write that down.
yeah, write that down. Because really, it makes a difference. I don't know if you saw my TikTok, but I have quite a number of videos on there.
Oh wow, I'll have to check it
So
out.
yeah, definitely check out my page. But why don't you tell the fans where they can find everything about Kings County?
All right. Well, we do have a website. It is kingscountyofficial.com. It's got all our information there. Great videos. The music's there, photos, everything. Facebook, we're doing really well on Facebook. I think we got 55,000 followers.
Yes.
YouTube has been great for us. I mean, literally, we have over 9 million views on YouTube.
Right. That's awesome.
Um, we always try to make our videos, we try to make them really grab people. Um, you could put a video together, it's like, ah, whatever, but we want these things to blow people away, and I think we have.
Oh yeah, for
Um,
sure.
Instagram and then TikTok. But
Okay, perfect.
obviously we got to step up some of these, TikTok, have to get on that and make sure that's really running well.
Yeah, I mean, even like if you're working on some music, just film yourself for like 2 minutes and throw
Right.
it on there. Because
Yep.
I mean, that's what a lot of the fans want to see, some realism. Like, are
Yep.
these guys in the studio? What are they doing? They want to know what you're doing besides being on stage and sitting in front of a microphone.
Right. Yep.
They like that interaction, which is great.
When we did our the video that we did for Wish, we did a lot of behind the scenes,
Yeah.
and they make great little clips.
Yes.
People like to see that voices. We got some of the voices on there, and just how the video was made. Those are great. Of any band that you see, love to see the behind the scenes.
Right. And TikTok has increased the algorithm. So the longer your video is, the better it's going to be for you.
Uh, it's a great idea.
Yeah. So they opened it up because people, I think, were complaining. I have more. I have more. And they kept cutting people off. So now they're opening it up.
Yeah, because I think what they originally like 30 seconds or a minute,
Yeah.
or that's good to
So,
know.
yeah. So definitely opens it up. But it was great talking to you, Rob. I really want to follow up with you later in the summer and see what you
Absolutely.
guys are doing. We'll keep in touch. If there's anything I can do for you guys, let me know.
Awesome. We
And
appreciate that.
I'm sure maybe next time we can get your band on, which would
Yeah, that'd be great.
we could get everybody together. I know it's kind of hard.
Right.
Everybody works and does that, but I'm really appreciative of your time today.
Well, thank you for having me. That was awesome. I had
Yeah,
fun.
and we'll catch up soon, like later in the summer. So keep me posted on anything that you guys book.
Absolutely.
Okay?
And maybe I'll make it out. We'll make it out to Vegas soon.
Yes. Please do. There's a lot of great places out here to play.
Good to know. That's awesome.
Well, have a great day and we'll talk soon.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Rob.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye bye. Rob Dexter from the band Kings County. What a great, great band. I cannot wait to see what this band comes up with next. This is the Vegas Rock Goddess on the Rocks, total entertainment. Make sure you like and subscribe to On the Rocks because you never know who I will be interviewing next.